things to consider before I choose the school for admission of my child. Now, when I say 7 things to consider, the first thing I would say is, before going through any of those 7 things, see what your child is, how your child is, what are the interest areas, what are the approach, how well a child adjusts to the surrounding, the social aspect of the child, the needs and the learning style of the child. Now once you know your child best, since you are the parent, you know your child the best, you come on to these 7 criteria. First, decide the board. Don't try to switch in between. Understand the curriculum, approach to learning, academic performance of each of the board. So national boards, we have CBSE, ICSE as the common boards, and then definitely the state board. International board, IGCSE, IB board. All of these boards, the comparison of these boards we have covered in a separate lecture. So understand the pedagogy behind each of these boards before you understand which school you should admit your child. The next important criteria is what activities are offered, what kind of co-curricular activities are offered. It's not just about academics, it's about building a good personality. So what besides academics, what co-curricular activities are offered? Arts, music, sports, dance, drama, so debate, elocution, so all those are the activities that would help build your child personality. The next important thing, the third thing I would suggest is, what are the facilities which are offered? That means whether if the place has a good sports ground, whether good equipments are there, good coach are there, does the school provide a nurse or a counselor? In case the child is not well, a child can be given the immediate first aid. There are good facilities for co-curricular activities, as we mentioned. Are the school people willing to offer remedial sessions in case the student is not able to cope up with the syllabus? So that's another important aspect, the facilities which are provided by the school. The fourth important aspect that we would recommend is transparency. Now, fees is an important criteria. Some of the schools offer fees through cash mode, the others through the normal mode. However, there are certain cases where there is discrepancy with the fees. So on the official booklet they would say this is the fees structure, but besides that they would ask certain amount for books, certain amount for copies, stationery, for dresses, for this, for that, and so on and so forth. So make sure that does not happen. There is a transparent network. Also, keep your budget in eye. Consider that on an average 10% fees increase would be there. So plan a budget accordingly. Choose a school of a budget where you are ready to have an increment of 10% per year. Also, in some cases, if the students are brilliant, students are offered scholarships. So does the school make your child advance if the child is good, if the child is exceptionally brilliant, if the child is performing good? So that again matters a lot. The next important thing is how well the school communicates. So the communications from the school. Now this would help you in understanding whether the child has the power to communicate and take down the important things in the school. If not, the parent-teacher communication is that at par. Are parents given the place to raise issues? Their feedbacks are taken into account and relevant developments and changes are done in the system. So communication should be transparent. Communication should be two-way communication. It should not be one-sided communication. The next is how far the school is. Now how far the school is definitely matters, because it's not just a matter of 1 day, 2 day or 1 week, 2 week. It's a matter of at least 8 to 10 years where your child would be spending most of the life. And school is a place again where the child spends nearly 1/3 of the day, so 6 to 8 hours at least in school. That means 1/3 of the day is spent in the school. So definitely how far it is, does commuting takes a lot of time, whether the student is able to go in extra hours if required, if there are more than 1 rounds which are required with the school, if that is to be fulfilled, are you able to do that? So distance definitely matters. The next is the behavior policy of the school, the safety concerns and the opportunities created by the school. So all of these I would keep in one heading because it's an overall development place for students. So whether the safety and security is fine, opportunities are offered by the school. For example, field trips are there. If there is a tour to any historical site, any scientific place, a scientific museum, whether the students are given opportunity to participate in competitions nationally, internationally, if there is an opportunity to have a MOU with other schools, international schools or other research institutions, international institutions, do the school provide that platform, that orientation definitely matters a lot. So broadly speaking, I can say the reviews and the ratings of the school, the kind of curriculum and the approach being followed by the school results are a good indicator to help you understand whether the school is a good school for your child or not and whether you should opt for that school or not. So those are some of the key things that you must take into account before deciding which school to opt for. And as I already mentioned, deciding on to CBSE, ICSE, IB board, IGCSE, all these varied classes, which playgroup, Montessori, Waldorf, we have covered in separate lecture. So just refer those for more information, and definitely if you have any questions, any suggestions, feel free to drop those in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day ahead.